I'm Nano Namaro, 28 years old, and I work at the sales department in MoniRobo Corporations. But there's this queen at my company who's a huge pain in the butt.
Nomaru, review all the documents I'll be using for tomorrow's meeting.
From now?
I said I needed tomorrow, didn't I? How else are you going to get it ready?
I just got off of work.
So what?
If you're going to ask me for a favor, could you please let me know in advance, ma'am?
What? Are you going to disobey your boss or something?
It's not like that. I'm just asking you to consider my schedule too.
Why do I have to listen to requests from an ordinary non-special employee like you, huh? I know you're aware of this, but we really need to win against Sugo's team this season, and tomorrow's meeting will play an important role for our team's results, you know. Are you really going to go home without knowing all of this?
I mean, we have no reason to be competing against Sugo-san's team like that.
Don't you give me that crap. What are you gonna do if I lose my chance for a promotion because of that, huh? Are you going to take responsibility for that?
I'm sorry, I understand. I'll do it right away.
I'm super busy too, you know. Next time, don't question me.
My boss, also known as the Queen, is a woman with burning desire to get promoted, and she would never get satisfied unless she was doing better than all of her other colleagues. And for that, she uses everything around her for her advantage. And so, her subordinates, including me, are always tired from working overtime every day. And there's a person called Masayoshi Sugo, who's her colleague leading another sales team. She really hates seeing Sugo-san do good. Sugo-san's motto was, "I can't stand dishonesty and unfairness." So he made sure his subordinates went home in time and tried his best not to make them work overtime. Sugo-san had an incredibly good reputation in the company, and it's said that he will most likely be the next department manager for sales. And of course, the Queen wouldn't like that. So she's trying really hard to one-up Sugo-san's team and steal that position from him. But then, all the work is passed down to us, subordinates. Even today, the Queen just assigned me work right before I got off, and she's probably out having a massage or something. I don't mind her trying to become the best, but if you're gonna say that, do the work yourself, you know?
We need to make sure we're successful in the next exhibition in order to get large customers.
The thing is, MoniRobo corporations are holding a large exhibition 2 weeks later to introduce new products from our company. And all she talks about right now is how she really wants to do better than Sugo-san's team there. She doesn't even care that we're already really worn out because of her. But surely, she would start working if the exhibition day comes closer.
Oh, I'm gonna get a paid leave for a week right before the exhibition.
What?
I'm getting bored of the Japanese massage, so I decided to go overseas for some fresh experience. I'm thinking of going to Bali. I've always wanted to go there. You guys better have it all prepared perfectly, okay?
Do you know what kind of situation we're in right now? We're so busy, we need every help we can get.
And that's exactly what you're working for. Make it possible. If you guys make any mistakes whatsoever, there'll be no bonuses for you guys. So, tighten up.
Usually, she doesn't even let us take paid leaves, but she just took a week off without even telling us about it in advance. Because she's not here, we couldn't make payments, and we're all absolutely panicked. She's not even looking at our messages. What do? We had nothing to do but report to the department manager. And then, luckily, we were able to have Sugo-san as our temporary team leader and help us out.
This one is perfect. You can proceed on this one. This one had one mistake though, so could you fix it using documents as your guide? Do you need to check on the actual project? Actually, let me do that for you. We can't waste any time on this.
Didn't know work could be this efficient. Needless to say, I was shocked by how much of a difference your boss can make for work. Thanks to Sugo-san, our team was preparing for the exhibition smoothly without any problems. But right on the day before the exhibition, I was told by my mother that my grandfather has passed away. I was shocked as I didn't expect that at all. Right when I'm super busy with my work too. I was asked to come back by my mother to attend the funeral, so I felt really bad, but I told Sugo-san about it. I'm really sorry for causing trouble, sir.
No, it's not your fault at all. It's far more important for you to see your grandfather before he leaves, you know? Please, stay safe on your way home and back, okay?
Thank you so much. If it was the Queen, I definitely wouldn't have been able to leave. Just this time, I thanked her for getting her paid leave and abandoning our team. After reporting to my team members, I quickly went on my way to my hometown. But the next day, I got an unexpected message during the funeral.
Nomaru, why the heck are you taking a day off? Today is the exhibition.
I was back at home for my grandfather's funeral. I called you, but you didn't answer, so I sent you a message instead.
I never said you could leave, Nomaru.
I got permission from Sugo-san, who was our temporary leader.
I'm your actual boss. What are you talking about?
But we had no way of contacting you for a week.
Stop making excuses. There's so much to do today, like handing out flyers, guiding people and stuff. Just come here. Hurry up and come to the exhibition already.
I can't do that. The funeral's taking place as we speak.
So what that your grandfather died? Do you really think your dead grandfather is more important than work?
My grandfather is way more important. I got my permission ready. Excuse me. I didn't want to ruin my mood anymore, so I just decided to turn off my phone.
That stupid idiot. All right, fine. I'll show her the consequences of disobeying me. What do we have here? Oh, there's a model she made. Oh. Hey guys, who made this model? It's all shattered into pieces. We can't use it for the exhibition like this.
Whoa! Why is it all broken like that?
It was Nomaro who made this, huh? Wow, she really has the audacity to half-ass her work and leave work after that? I can't believe it. I'll make her pay for it.
After 3 days of bereavement leave, I went back to work and I was called to the department manager's office by the queen. I was ready to get scolded for disconnecting the call with her, but why the manager's office? I went slowly and opened the door and...
You're so late.
I'm terribly sorry, ma'am.
Do you see this manager? I told her to come at 10, but she came 15 minutes later, and she's not even feeling bad about it. She's that kind of person.
What? At 10? You never said that.
That's why we can't trust her. Look, this is the model she made for the exhibition.
Please, hold on. This was broken. The model that I prepared and made?
Yeah, exactly. We couldn't even do the presentation properly because we couldn't use that model. Manager, we may need to make her take responsibility for her actions.
But you were on paid leave until the very last day before the exhibition, too. It's partly your poor supervision, too, isn't it?
I handed over my work to Sugu-san, and I properly communicated with my subordinates before I left for my paid leave. But look at her. She didn't do her job, left on the day of the exhibition, and even cut off the video call with me when I tried to ask her for help when we had an emergency. If you don't call it delinquency, then what is it?
Hold on a second, please. I had to take a leave because I was attending my grandfather's funeral. I had to go back. Plus, I cut off the call because you were giving me unrealistic orders telling me to come to the exhibition.
Every time. You won't just stop making excuses, would you? You know, everyone saw your model being broken, you know. How do you have the audacity to say all of that?
I mean, the model that I was responsible for was a promotional item for the exhibition's most popular product. So I made sure to wrap a bubble wrap more than enough to prevent it from breaking. So I couldn't believe that it would actually break. But the reality is, it broke. So I can't imagine how much trouble and confusion it caused for my coworkers.
You finally realized your mistakes, huh? Manager, what should we do with her? Should we just kick her from the sales department and make her do all the odd jobs?
What?
Honestly, she hasn't really done anything noticeable as a salesperson, so it wouldn't hurt to do that, right?
That's because you're taking all of her credits, aren't you?
Sugo-san?
Excuse me.
What are you doing here, Sugo? How dare you accuse me of stealing anyone's credits?
While I was taking over your place, I heard a lot about you from your subordinates. You always accompany your subordinates every time they're about to make a sale for your benefit, right?
What are you talking about? I'm only getting credits for my sales and my sales only.
So she says. But what do you guys think?
And with that, other members of the Queen team have come inside the room.
What Suguo-san's saying is completely true. She's done it to me, too. I was developing a relationship with my client for 6 months, and at the very end, she followed along with me and took my credit, saying it's all hers. I had no choice but to complain to her, but when I did, she blackmailed me by telling me that she would give me no bonuses for it.
You want to explain yourself?
They're all lying. I've never done anything like that. They're just trying to trick me into trouble.
You're the one who's trying to trick other people, aren't you? One of your team members told me about this. They said they couldn't believe their eyes. How does this broken model have anything to do with Nomaru-san?
This is a lie. The model was already broken when I took it out of the box.
I literally saw you break it. When you got off the call of Nomura-san, you took the model of the box and broke it. You pushed all the work onto us, and you weren't doing anything. I clearly remember it. I'm 100% sure.
Shut up. Do you not want to receive your bonus this month?
What? How does what he just said affect his salary at all, huh?
Oh, no. It's not just that.
This is her usual tactic, manager. She's abusing her position as their boss to restrain them from speaking the truth.
No, that's not true. I'm trying to motivate them to make more money, sir. It's not a bad thing to work hard to earn more money, right?
I guess this is all my fault.
No, sir. It's my fault, too. I was working at the same office, but I didn't know how bad an environment they were working under until I worked with her team.
Sugo-san pulled out a piece of paper and handed it to the manager.
What is this?
This is the document where I filed the data asking the member of her team their reported work hours and their actual work hours.
What the heck is this? It's clearly going over the company's overtime policies.
You were forcing your subordinates to work overtime just for your own benefits and credits, weren't you?
No, not at all.
That's exactly right.
Why didn't you guys just come to me when this started?
That's because we were being blackmailed. She's saying she'll ruin our lives. Plus, we didn't know she was reporting our work hours falsely.
Plus, we were busy with work. We didn't have time to report to you, sir.
You guys!
Shut up! I have a long talk with you now. The rest of you can go back to work.
Hey, wait up! Don't leave me here!
Shut up and sit down.
Apparently, the manager's interrogation continued until late that night. At first, she was denying the accusation and made excuses saying she did it for the company, but as if he timed it intentionally, Sugo-san sent the report of all the wrongdoings of the Queen Meal to the manager, and with that, all her claims crumbled to dust.
What? This is...
Manager!
You've done it now, idiot!
Finally, after hours of being shouted at, she finally came clean and admitted her wrongdoings. But her best quality is that she doesn't end there. See, she didn't give up just yet.
I was just trying to beat up Sugo's team record, but Nomuro-san decided to get a leave, and I just got so frustrated, so...
It's not wrong to want to get a promotion that badly.
Right? I just executed it poorly, that's all. All I wanted to do was contribute to the company. That's all I ever aimed for.
But you stepped on the wrong person's foot this time.
What do you mean?
I'm so sorry for making you wait so long, ma'am.
Don't be sorry. I don't mind it at all.
Manager? Why are you acting so polite to her?
I just heard about this earlier and was super surprised. But Nomaro-san is planning on becoming one of our biggest shareholders.
What? A shareholder? This little bratches? I don't believe it.
The thing is, my grandfather, who just passed away the other day, was a huge shareholder of MoniRobo corporations.
What?
He was one of the people who invested in the company in the very beginning.
I knew he was a shareholder from before, but I just thought my parents would inherit it. So I didn't think about it that deeply. But on the day of the funeral, when we read his will, it turned out that he wanted me to have all his stocks.
So she is our employee, our very precious shareholder of our company at the same time.
How would I possibly know all of that? A shareholder? What the?
It doesn't matter if you knew it or not. Don't you think you were going overboard when you called and asked your subordinate to come to work when they were at their family's funeral, huh? President?
President?
Thank you so much for coming to the funeral, sir.
No, not at all. Your grandfather has done so much for me. Of course I would go.
I'm sure he was really happy to see you.
Now,
The president glared at the queen with his sharp eyes. She immediately turned pale and was about to break down on the floor any second.
how are you planning to take responsibility for talking smack about my benefactor and his family?
I'm so sorry about this. I was just doing this because I wanted to contribute to the company.
I've heard everything from Suguo already, you know. Frankly, I think you're just a burden to our company.
No!
You want to get a promotion that bad? How about you go to a foreign-owned company? I'm not sure if they'll hire someone who's so reliant on others and actually puts in no work at all, though.
Wait a second. Sir, you don't mean...
Get it out of my company, now!
No! Please!
After that, to take responsibility for all the wrongdoing she's done in the past, the queen got fired and left the company. She tried to look for a new job immediately, but all she did at MoniRobo Corporation was steal credit from other people, and that's how she got to her position, so she didn't have a real skill set that she could use. Plus, the reason why she was fired in the first place didn't look so good, so nobody wanted to fire her. Going to a foreign-owned company is quite impossible for her. Right now, she's barely making her ends meet working part-time at some factory, and she's all depressed from how different the career vision she had before and the reality. I guess the treatment she got at a beauty salon using her paid leave wasn't worth it. All of my team members were added to Sugo-san's team, and they were needing people for their new project. And now we're all working happily again. I can finally get off of work at a fixed time. For the first time since I joined the company, I was able to get off of work at 5. On a different note, the fact that I'm a shareholder is being kept between the people who were at the manager's room that day. And so I'm working as an employee per usual. Oh, by the way, there's been a change in my life and...
Nano-san?
Yes?
I'm sorry, was I late?
No, not at all. You're not late at all, sir.
Guess it's gonna take a while for you not to be so polite to me.
I'm sorry, I just can't get used to it.
Let's start by holding hands, I guess.
It didn't take much time before I fell in love with him for protecting me from the queen and proving my innocence that day. We're still awkward right now, but I haven't been happier. From now, I want to live both a fulfilling work and private life.